Hello everybody, how you doing today? It's Superfiend here, and welcome back to our park, Whacky World. The last few episodes, when I start the episode off, I always focus on this area because it's really like the big attention getter for me. It just looks a lot better than, like, say, this area over here, man. We still got a lot to do. Okay, so last episode, what were we doing? We were lowering staff wages. We were kind of cutting down our staff wage monthly expenditure. Right now we're in the middle of April, and where is it here? Park management. We spent it's really weird that it just like drops off for a few months. I wonder if they plan to have like some sort of weather expansion at some point that like adds these months back in with maybe some weather effects, like a little bit more snow and things. Who knows? I mean, it's such like an arbitrary design decision to close, like to just have the month skip, and it like tickles this little OCD thing back in my brain. Like, why would you do this? Anyways, so the past few months, let's pause it. Oh, well, now since it's gone far enough, we can't see far enough back. It used to be that our average staff wages were like $13,000 a month, and then now they're down to 11.5. And this month, last month, March, they're down to a little bit less than 11,000. And it's probably going to be pretty similar in the month of April to the month of March. And if I leave it alone, I'm not going to leave it alone. I'm going to lower them further. Because if we can get these staff wages down, then we're really going to be able to, keep more of our money, and we're just bleeding money every month. Right now, we're earning $5,400. But the other thing that happens that takes away lots of money really fast is breakdowns. And we don't have any breakdowns right now. But let's just go through and let's look at our rides, and let's look at the maintenance tab, because the thing we're looking for is wear and tear. Freaky Flyers has got some wear and tear. However, it does not break down very often. Little Arrow has some wear and tear. Twisty Turny's got quite a bit of wear and tear. It's ready for a refurbishment. Whirly Rig is like the flat rides, those things, they like never go down. Hidden Temple, I'm surprised it doesn't have a little bit more wear and tear than that, but I'm happy that it's doing pretty good. Rocktopus is fine. The High Seas is fine. The other Whirly Rig is good. Lost Gardens is pretty good. That's a pretty tame ride in terms of like track stuff. Now, I don't know why the Stockades is going down so fast, but this one maybe needs some refurbishment. And now the monorail station, you can refurbish monorail stations. I did not know that. I didn't know that. Okay, let's look at the Pirate Rail. And the thing with the monorail is you probably got to do them like all at once, because I mean, if you work on one of them, it shuts the whole thing down, right? So yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. However, the monorail doesn't break down very much. We're gonna skip over Kraken Voyage right now, and this one's okay. Now let's go look at Kraken Voyage. And then let's also look at customers last month. Now the monorail's kind of like a different beast because it's got lots of cars and they got big capacity, so we expect that. But Little Arrow and Twisty Turny did 289. Lost Gardens only did 232. Kraken Voyage, look at that. It's only doing 127 a month, and part of that is because it's always down. Recent downtime 22%. And the wear and tear is terrible. Now, Kraken Voyage is a horrible performer. Okay, it's a horrible performer, and really, it should be the highest performing ride in the park. So, what we're gonna do this episode, now that I've rambled for a few minutes, what we're gonna actually do is we're gonna cut staff wages some more, and then I'm gonna try to add a third car to Kraken Voyage. That's going to increase its throughput. It's also going to increase the rate at which we have wear and tear, and I'm going to try to solve that problem as well. And the way you solve wear and tear, unless Frontier has made a change, if we just hit request refurbishment right now, the ride will close down, everyone will get kicked off, we'll have to give them back all their money, we'll lose a bunch of money again this month. However, if we wait for it to break down, if we hit request refurbishment, then when the mechanic repairs it, I think the wear and tear meter will go all the way back up to full after it's repaired. So it's kind of like combining repairing and refurbishment into a single mechanic action, and You only take the hit financially once when people leave the ride when it breaks down. And we know it's going to break down because the thing breaks down all the damn time. Now, that would work. That should work unless Frontier has changed that. I mean, that's like an old thing I used to do 6 months ago, 7 months ago maybe. So we'll see if that works. The other thing I was going to say, Kraken Voyage could probably pull in like $12,000 or $13,000 a month for this park. Okay, if we have high enough throughput and we can keep it from breaking down. So the other thing we want to do is, I said last episode, I don't think we need a staff building in here. I think we need a staff building in here. I think we need a staff building in here. We need a special work roster that's like just Kraken Voyage. We drop a mechanic in there, and then we're going to add some shops and stuff over here. And we're going to see if we can do all of that this episode. I don't think we're going to be able to do it all this episode. I think we'll be able to do some of it this episode. And then we'll bleed into the next episode with the rest of it. Oh, and while we're doing the staff wages, we're going to start with that because that's kind of easy. We're going to pause it because we're going to use this screen. Okay, so the training level, we got someone here who's level 5. They got a normal workload. They all got normal workloads. And they're still happy with their pay of $230. I get paid so much. That performance was a hit. They really like me. So you know what? Let's put these guys down to 200. Let's hit them a little bit harder right in the money bags. Come on now. Okay, so that's like another $180 a month that we save. The janitors. These are janitors, yes. Okay, Bill Rosa, he's going to a bin. I love this job. I get paid so much. So apparently 145 is still too much for them. So let's knock out another. Let's knock another $20 a month off of them. Okay, Frontier usability feature. When I click on it, highlight everything and keep it highlighted. Don't like highlight it and then take it away, because it would be so much easier to do this. Oh, and well, I guess a couple of them are getting pay raises in the process. So, I don't think you can undo like staff wages. Okay, well, you know what? A couple of them went down. A couple of them got pay raises. They're all consistent. We're just going to keep them paid consistently until we get like a nice baseline, and then we'll like maybe tweak individual ones as the need arises. But these guys, they all have a normal workload. I don't really see much reason to train them higher, except for the fact that these ones are all at four notches, tier 4, and they're still happy, and they do get more done when they're trained. Ooh, I'd be happier if it looked better in this staff building. Okay, so, well, I'm not concerned with that right now. Okay, over here, training level. We got some tier 4 people in here. He's serving customers. Let's see what we think. This job is great. It's like the job was made for me. Let's change to like a busier employee. Money isn't really an issue. I absolutely love this job. Do you just like not need to pay your staff anything anymore? Like, because these guys come in at $80. I've barely increased their salary, and they're all like still loving their job. Haphazard water. You know what? We're going to go ahead. We'll train you because you have a high workload. How do you have a high workload if you're heading to the shop? These guys are going to be leaving their shop soon. You know, let's just train all these haphazard water people. Not many people go to those water shops, but let's just make sure that when they do, they get service fast so that we don't miss out on little cells amongst those things. Now, the Kraken shops. Rank 2. You're resting. No, I don't want you. Serving customers. Kraken shops. This job is great. Money, 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 money. I mean, look at this. They're just like, they're all stoked with $100. Let's drop it down to 90. I don't understand why. Weird. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it like highlights the whole thing and leaves it there. So this interface is maybe a little bit glitchy. I wish there was kind of like a set all button. Oh boy. Look how many of them there are. This is tedious. This is tedious. Oh, and the other thing we're going to do at Kraken Voyage is we're not going to make additions to it to add that third train until it breaks down again. Because if I close it down to edit the track or make changes to it, then everyone gets kicked off. And I think we need to edit the track to get a third train on it. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get a third train on it and keep, like, the original ride ratings. I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Okay, so now they're all down to 90. Oh, the mechanics here. Still happy. Let's see. You're wandering. You're in the front entrance. I want someone who, like, does more stuff than you. My paycheck is huge. Okay, so let's these guys start at like 245. Let's just hit them hard. Okay, so now they're all making like $5 more than what they start at. That's, you know, $40 a month per person. And I'm going to leave you at 145. No, they start at 145? Oh, geez, Louise. I thought they started at 245. Okay, we're going to drop you down to 160 a month then. We'll probably all quit. This might be too much. We'll give you a little boost since everyone else is getting hit so hard. We can make it up that way. Okay, let's see. You know what else would be kind of cool? I just thought of this. If they had, like, individual traits that made them better at certain stuff. Like, when you recruited these guys, if some of them were better at repairing or better at, like, other things, that'd be kind of neat. Although, you know, there's no real penalty to, like, adding a staff member and then firing a staff member. So, like maybe when you fire a staff member, if it makes everyone a little bit unhappy for not, like, they're like a tight-knit family, and so when you fire somebody, they all get a little bit sad. But then it goes back up over time. That way, if they had individual perks, when you drop them in, if you're like, oh, I don't like this perk he has, and then you fire him, it just makes everyone else sad. No, if he's got a bad perk, you got to keep him for a while. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. And that model's real life, kind of, because, you know, not everyone's a keeper, okay? Some people are just not keepers. All right, so let's see here. Let's look at this one. High level of training, normal workload, wandering. What do you think? Money, money, money. I'm going to be rich too. What did they start at? Because this is obviously too much. Okay, let's go down to 160. You know, it might just be easier to click and type. Now that's weird. When I click and type and hit enter, clicking on the next one highlights it and keeps it, but copying and pasting, like, gets it all screwy. Strange. Okay. Well, anyways, we just administered a huge pile of pay cuts to everybody. And we did that in, let's see here. We did it in mid-April. So like 11,000. So this month, the staff wages will be a lot less. And so what we want to remember is 11,000, because that's like what we're trying to get down from. Okay, now let's come over here. Okay, we're just waiting for Kraken Voyage to break down. There it goes. It just broke down. So, let's see if this works. Let's go find the mechanic. Let's get really down, close to the path. Where is he at? Mechanic en route, Ron McLean. How far away are you, friend? You're kind of far away. See, this is why we need a mechanic specifically for Kraken Voyage, because the longer this thing is down, just the more money we lose, right? We're just bleeding money every time this thing goes down. So now let's try the little refurbishment trick. They're still having fun on it, though. Even though it's broken down, they are still having a good time. Let's hit request refurbishment. Boop. Refurbishment fixes age-related issues that cause faster wear and tear. Refurbishment already requested. Okay, good. So when he repairs it, that should fix that, okay? And where is he at again? He's getting closer. Okay, there he is. Ron McLean. Well, we can't have you as Ron McLean. You got to be John McLean. Okay. And every time he fixes a ride, he goes, yippee-ki-yay. And he leaves off the other bit. Okay, so let's make some changes in here. You know, I made this thing really big. I think it's too big. I really do think it's too big. But let's start building in here. Building, shops, and facilities. Let's add a... Oh, we got to go to custom first. Let's drop a staff room in here. Okay, now where do we want a staff room in here? Like, okay, I want it, like, on the path. Okay. Now, can I just, like, clip this thing right into the, in the building, or in the terrain back here? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, I think we're going to tuck a staff room over here. I think we will. And then we'll fix the terrain around it. Let's see, is he fixing it? Where's he at? I thought he walked by. There he goes. There he goes. Twisty Turny just broke down. Okay, let's cancel that real quick. And let's go to view ride and... Oh, okay. I thought it was Hidden Temple. Okay, let's request a refurbishment on this one too. And let's go back over. No, zoom into the... It's supposed to zoom into the cursor. What? There we go. Okay, what's going on here? Here's a little screwdriver, little wrench. It's kind of funny that they can't get off the ride. They can't get off until he's done. You would think that they would at least let people get down. How long is it going to take you to do this, man? Or is maybe the refurbishment making it take longer? Are there people stuck up here too? There are. They're stuck up there. Come on. Hurry up. Okay, good. It's done. Now, the other thing that would be nice too is, why do we have to wait for him to exit the station for it to be done? Why can't the trigger be when he starts walking away over there? Okay, so, the queue's empty. The queue's empty. Let's go ahead and... let's get these people down. Okay, no, you know what? Let's just close it. Oh, no, wait. Before we do, let's take a note here. Okay, I got to open up, a little notepad file, because I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget this. And while I do this, 6.24, 5.11, and 2.05. The game audio may have cut off while I was doing it. But, okay, so the ride's closed. The ride is closed. Okay, we still need to get these people off. Okay, they're off. Okay, good. We'll let the ride go around one time. It's almost the end of April. Has it made it up the chain lift? It did. Okay, let's just let this go through. We're going to edit the track. We need to make a track edit to get a third coaster car on this thing. And, okay, so... How do you add a third coaster car to a ride like this where there's no place, okay? There's no place to add a block section. Where would you possibly add a block section? It needs the speed to get through everything, so there's no place to add a block section. But we do have a place. It's right over here. We do have a place to add a block section, and it's not really going to be a block section. The chain lifts are block sections. So let's edit the track. And so here's an interesting thing I've noticed about chain lifts. They're all the same speed. 14. Oh, no, 10. And this is 5. Oh, okay, I thought when you set the target speed of, one of these things, it bled into the others. I know if I select this bit right here and set the chain speed, this one will be really high. Target speed, 1. Acceleration. Okay, so here's what we do. We still want them to come out of this section at 14 because that's what gives the high excitement rating. Why is the excitement rating all of a sudden down so low? It's not what it was a second ago. That's weird. Oh, it's because, no, I don't know why. Okay, anyways. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this at 14. We're going to drop this, okay? This thing is going to go as slow as a snail. And so is this one. We're going to go all the way down to 4. So it's going to take forever to get up to this chain lift. So it's going to be like a nice cruise up to here. When they get to this one, they'll go much faster. And this may enable us to get a third car on the track without having lots of like stoppages at the top of the chain lift. This is the only way I can think of to do this. The other thing we could do is we could extend this section right here. Like we could let this come out a little bit further and before it goes into this one. So we could make this element a little bit longer. And that's going to hurt the excitement. So I'm not really excited about doing that, but we could do that. We could do that. So anyways, let's see here. We just need to get a little bit more going on this thing. Operations, okay. And we can't increase the cars per train. Where did it put the third one? It put it up there. Well, like I wish we could choose, and I wish it could go down right here. This is where I'd rather have it be. Block sections. Yes, that's what we need. Full load, max. Okay, we're gonna have to play with these values a little bit, but okay, now what we wanted. Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, what we want to do is we want to see. I think we need to fly inside for the best view. We want to see how well that that car that's at a dead stop at the top of that chain lift, how well does it make it through this ride? That's what we want to see. And so now we go into testing. Okay, so if we let's look at the wear and tear is all the way up. So it did work. It did work. Okay. Okay, so they just cruised out at like, you know, leisurely stroll. This one's going to go through. And we just want to see like what the excitement's going to be. Now, I'm okay if we lose some excitement. The throughput is going to be better overall. Okay, now is this thing going to be able to make it through the whole ride? See, that was questionable. Like it barely made it through that. Okay, but it's making it through everything. Now, it may not be able to make it up this hill here, starting at a dead stop like that. That hill may be too high. It looks like it's going to do it. It looks like it's going to do it. Okay, yes. Okay, we're good. We're good. Little slow. Might have been a little too slow. And then does it make it through the end element? We're just watching it through the rocks here. Oh, it looked like it barely made it. But we're good. We're good. It did make it. Okay. Okay, now where is the other cars? Okay, see, so this one just got up to there. It was just making it. So now they're going to come out of there at their full speed of 14. So they're going to go through the ride a little bit faster. Okay, so everything should be good right now. How long does it take them to get up that chain lift? Let's like look over here. Like look at how slow they're moving. That's so slow. It's like a snail. Look at that. That thing is like the ride is almost through the whole thing before they make it up the first chain lift. So, you know, this might work. This might work to get 3 cars on here. And now they're still moving at a snail's pace. Okay, now they're just hitting the block section. They're just hitting the block section with that car. This one's just getting released. And this one is now just hitting the top. So maybe this chain lift could go up to like 2 miles per hour. Just a little bit like 1 mile per hour faster. I think would be 5. Okay, but let's just see if we got a good flow through here. And we're 8 days into March. It takes many days to test a roller coaster. Okay, and this car down here, it can't get released until this one makes it off this lift. So there we go. Oh man, look at how much it killed the excitement though. It dropped it down to a 5. That really hurts. People will still want to go on it though. You know, they'll still want to go on it. It's just not a... What was the previous excitement? Let's look. It was a 6 or something. It was a 6.24. So it dropped it by almost a full point. That really kind of hurts. It does hurt. And it does hurt. Okay, let's close it. let's pause for a minute. Let's go into our editing feature. We'll fly out this way. I want to play with the speed of that first chain lift just a little bit more, I think we could find a nicer balance. We still want this one to be 14. But this one right here... Okay, what does 6 get us, right? What do we get with 6? Oh, a little bit of lag there. Real quick, before anything else happens, save the park. Save the park before my game crashes. Yep. Okay, so now let's see here. Let's see. Where do we want to be for this? Where were we last time? Like right here? Testing, and here we go. Okay, they're getting released. Now where's... Okay, so they're there at the top. They're waiting for this one to come out. All right, they're waiting for that one to come out. And now, how far does through the ride does this car make it as these guys are hitting the top up here? Okay, they're moving a little bit faster through there. Okay, right now they're about halfway through the ride, I'd say. They're about halfway through. There goes the Kraken. It just went up the top hill, and now they're going to be coming out. Okay, now see, this one's getting released right as they hit that. So we need these guys to just cruise straight through. And they do. And that's what we didn't want up there. They paused at the top. They paused at the top. That hurts the excitement. But if the excitement is higher than like a 539, then I'm kind of okay with the pause. So we'll just see what the excitement is with that. Now, I'm pretty sure these guys are going to get paused at the top, too. I'm pretty sure they're going to get paused at the top. Let's see. Oh, boy. Yep, they're going to get paused at the top. Okay, so now everyone's getting paused at the top instead of cruising straight through, but I still want to see what the excitement rating is. Now, the other way we could fix that is we could make them stay in the station a little bit longer. A 5.44. Okay, it went up a little bit. It went up a little bit, so not bad. Not bad. Let's... Operations. Okay, let's make them stay in the station. They were paused at the top for just a couple seconds. Let's make them stay in the station for like 60 seconds. So what we're doing when we do that is when the first chain lift was like 4 miles per hour, it maybe took them about 60 seconds to get up, and we had a smooth flow through the coaster. But now we've increased this chain lift speed, so they are getting up it faster. But then this car is coming out too soon before this one like gets down and before they get cleared. But if we can keep the speed here and make the car behind it, the train behind it, wait about as long as it took this one when it was at 4 miles per hour to get up, then we may get a smooth flow through the coaster. And if that doesn't make sense, it's probably because I didn't explain it very well. I gave it an effort, okay? So let's close. Let's test. Okay, so we got one up top. We got one down below. Let's speed it up. Okay. So it's still taking these guys a long time to get up. These guys have to wait 60 seconds. Did they wait 60 seconds? I don't really think they waited 60 seconds. Okay, let's see. Okay, now what we want to see... they still got paused at the top. Oh, man. They still got paused at the top. And, okay, so 60 seconds is probably too long because we really want these guys cruising out right as these guys are returning. So, let's close it, pause it. Okay, it's going to be a little finicky. I don't know if we're going to be able to get... What? Oh, okay, I see. So, let's change it to, like, 53 and 53. I didn't set this one either, so maybe that was part of the problem. Okay, let's do this again. Let's do her again, and let's see what happens. Okay. They're going. They're climbing up. Now, what we want to see... You know, almost. And now this one is like, it's already out the gate right behind it. It's already out the gate right behind it. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get this with a nice flow with 3 cars without doing more extensive changes to the track that I am honestly not willing to do. See, that was really close. That was really close. If we made him stay just a little bit longer. But then this one hasn't come out yet, see? So this one hasn't come out yet, and this one's stuck, and then so this one is stuck. And it's still at a 5.44, so now they're finally going. Okay. So the 50 is too high. Let's try, like, let's change them both to 45. I want to get a nice... Okay, I just want to try a little bit more. I know this is maybe a little bit boring to watch, but I mean, this is like, you know, I want to show you how this is done. And see if we can get her there. That was really close. That was really close. This one hit the block section just a second or two before this one was released. So that one was still stuck up there. So... You know, I had the original timing at 40. Let's drop it back down to 40. Maybe it just needs to be 40. And maybe we need to slow this down by like 1 mile per hour or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so they still got stuck at the top. You know, the other thing we could do is we could slow this one down. We could slow this one down a little bit. Okay, let's make one more change. We increased this one by 2. Let's slow this chain lift down by 2. And let's see if we can get above the 5.44 that we're getting. Let's see if we can get above that 5.44. Like if we get like a 5.6 or something. You know, it really bums me out that we're losing the 6 rating, but we can always get back to it like later in the game. And this is why you need a mid ride brake run. But you know, the way I designed this, I don't really know where we would put one. You know, I don't really know where we would put one. I suppose we could do something over here, like make this come up higher, and we could straighten it out, and it could hit a little bit of a brake run up here before it falls down into the dive. You know, that's an option. Maybe I'll play with that. But we really need 3 cars moving on this thing constantly. Okay, let's see if we get above the 5.44. We still got stuck. No, we made it worse. Okay. We made it worse. We'll close it. We'll go back out to here. I'm not going to worry about it too much more than what we've already done. Okay. What? What did I have selected that had a low entry speed? Okay, back up to 14. And, you know, I liked it better when it was just like a smooth flow. I'm going to drop this down. I'm going to drop this down by 1. Okay, so now it's not quite as bad as what it was. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Yep, 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 yep. All right, let's watch them go through. This is the last time we're going to do this, I think. And let's just see what we get. It'll probably be like a 5.4. We'll see. They still got stuck at the top. Let's see what happens. Oh, and you know what else? Oh, it is back down at 40. Okay. And it's back down at 40. Well, what happens? No, if we lower it too low, then they'll come out too fast behind each other. So, no, speed up. Did we get our rating yet? 5.35. Well, so it's a little bit better than 5.34. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're opening her back up, and we lost a lot of money goofing off with that. But that's okay. People are still going to go on it. Let's see. Let's just make sure that they still queue up for this thing. Where's their ride thoughts? Where's the ride thoughts? I thought it was just like right here on this screen. Nope. I guess not. I guess not right now. Okay, so we got someone who's going on it, right? I'm not lining up for Kraken Court Water. I thought it said Kraken Voyage. Hey, buddy, why don't you go like to the bathroom before you go stand in line for an hour? There's a bathroom right around the corner. Okay, I'm not... Oh, man, I don't have enough money. You get $7. Get out of here, bum. The bathroom is free. You can go do that. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, and let's look at our staff wages now that, you know, we've gone a couple months. We've gone a couple months here. So look at that. We went from 11,000 down to 87, and we started at like 13. So we've cut like $5,000 a month off our staff wages. Now that's still not enough to make the park profitable, but you know, going from minus 13,000 to minus 5,000, and that's with Kraken Voyage down for most of the month. We might start earning a profit. All we have to do is keep the Kraken Voyage running, and that's what we're gonna kind of. Let's see. No, I think we're going to save it for the next episode where I go in and I work in there. We spent too much time playing around with the Kraken Voyage. But it's got 3 cars on it now, right? Operations. Yeah, we got 3 cars, so it's going to have much higher throughput. We should be able to make more money. The wear and tear is already going down pretty fast. And let's just check our staff wages before we say, like, adios for this little episode here. Check our staff happy. Look, they're all still happy. I don't know if paying these people less money, like, impacts them at all. Okay, here we go. Here's someone who's finally not happy. Tier 4, $90 a month. And Tier 4, $90 a month. They're all kind of, like, hovering at about the same spot. So let's see what they say. I'm over the moon. I love it. I wish they paid me a little bit more. Okay, so for Tier 4, $90 is just a little bit too low. I'm not getting paid what I'm worth. Okay. I think I deserve a raise. Okay, so Tier 4 requires slightly more than 90. And those are the only Tier 4 people? Okay, so now we're going to pause it, and we'll give them... we'll go 95. 95. We want to keep them happy. We don't want them to quit. Not 985. 95. You're Tier 4. Yeah, okay. So... we'll check back on them in the next episode, see if they're happy. How did I click on you? And why am I staring at your ass? All right, let's see. I think that's pretty good for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. We've almost got the park finances under control. We need this area to be profitable, and then we can go back to building. And it's only cost us $500,000 to do it. So we'll see you next time. Take care. You have a good afternoon.